Hello, my long lost friends and world of YouTube. I apologize. Not that I think anyone really is super interested in watching my life or like the videos I put up, especially when it's me and not Cameron. Um, so I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I figured just in case you're interested in my life, that I should apologize because I haven't really put anything up lately. It's been kind of crazy, and I keep telling you I'll explain, and I haven't. So, I am now in my pajamas, if you cannot tell. I am in my bed, my lovely bed, with my new little pygmy puff that I got from my college roommate, Monica. Um, she sent me some birthday presents, so this is one of them, and it's adorable and fluffy. And so I'm just ready to, I guess, update y'all. So let's go back. September was really the last time I did some like consistent vlogging, and then I got hit with kidney stones, and that was awful and incredibly painful. And I spent a lot of time in bed and at the doctor's office, so that wasn't really something I wanted to vlog because I looked like death. It was awful. And then I also was working on trying to find a job because I graduated in August and I was looking for a job in publishing or editing, which is what I got my master's in. But I couldn't find anything here in Houston. I couldn't find anything that didn't have to do with like technical writing for oil and gas companies. And they were like, requirements include 5 years in industry and detailed knowledge in the gas industry and oil and future ideas for energy. Blah, 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 blah. So obviously that was not me. Okay, this arm hurts so bad. I sprained my shoulder or something. I twisted it. I tweaked it. Slept weird, so it really hurts. Um, so I scratched that. I was like, no, can't do that. So I continued, and I still do. I'm continuing to do freelance editing, kind of in my free time, and try to work up some contacts in that vicinity of my life. And whilst doing that, I decided to go ahead and try and find a job that I've done before, that I have an experience in, because I did turn 26 this past October 13th. I am 26 now. Still feels weird to say out loud. Even in my head, it still feels weird. But I am 26, hence the pygmy puff, because, that's what every 26-year-old wants, right? But I love it. I need to name it, too. I need a name for my pygmy puff. Tell me if you have a good idea. I haven't come up with one yet. I need a name. Anyways, 26. So insurance, bye, see you later, didn't have any. So I needed to get a job that allowed for me to have benefits. And Cameron is now almost 19 months old. So she's ready for some socialization and kind of getting a little glimpse into what school is going to be like and being around other kids and sharing and communicating. So it was time for her to go to daycare, even though selfishly I really wanted to just stay home with her and play all day. It's been really hard dropping her off and picking her up from daycare. Picking her up has been easy. Dropping her off has been very difficult for the both of us. But it was time. And she's getting better and better at it. Less tears every day. Fewer tears every day. Sorry. So she went to daycare, and I got a job doing behavior therapy. ABA is what it's called. And that stands for Applied Behavioral Analysis. And I can do a detailed video on what ABA is another time if anyone is interested. I think it's really fascinating how this all works. But I'm doing something I did before I moved down to Houston, and that is ABA, working with little kiddos with autism. And it is something very near and dear to my heart working with kids with autism. I think that they are beyond amazing. If you were to live a couple hours in their shoes in go through the sensory difficulties they have and the sensitivities and the social hardships that they have, just because the way their brain works, they miss cues and don't know how to do certain things or don't know that they should, or can't handle certain sensory situations like loud noises or different touches or feels, um, textures. It's just a day in the life of a child with autism, a person with autism, is hard. And these kids are learning how to live their life like anyone else, and it's just kind of, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to be able to help them. Um, and it's a bummer because HIPAA means you can't really talk about them, so I can't say anything particular about my job. But I can tell you that the kids I'm working with are adorable. And I'm not just saying that because I'm working with them, but they are so cute. I think the youngest one is like 2, maybe 3, and then the oldest one's around 7. So it's a great age, my favorite ages to work with. And it's just a blast to teach them the simplest things, to hear them say words for the first time when they're 3 years old, just to see the smiles on their faces when they do something right or they do something for the first time independently, where a kid their age, like, that's not even a big deal. Like, yeah, so I went to the bathroom by myself and I asked, or I shared with a friend without them having to ask. Those things are huge for these kids and not so much for other kids. But um, I love all kids. I will not discriminate. Love you all, children. That sounds creepy. But I do. I love working with kids, and this job is very fulfilling. It is draining mentally, emotionally, physically, very tired at the end of the day, but it is worth it, and I love it. It's not what I got my master's in, but um, I'm determined to find a way to mix it along with something in publishing, whether it's grant writing, research, publishing research, uh, just working with some BCBAs or psychiatrists and psychologists, see what I can do, and kind of blend my bachelor's of psychology, my master's in publishing, and my experience in ABA and working with all these kids. So that is what I've been doing. I have been passing kidney stones, searching for jobs, getting jobs. I went home for a few days. I went back to Michigan, which was so perfect. It was a kind of like a little birthday present for myself and my brother, whose birthday is October 10th. Mine's the 13th. So it was nice for both of us to have some family time. And I got to catch up with a lot of my family and a couple of friends. And it was just it was short, but it was a sweet trip home. And then that takes us into my new job, which I was doing training for, and now I'm actually working with the kids. Um, and then you saw Halloween already, and now it's November. And it is hard to believe that it is November. I had to go buy some more scrubs because that is what we wear to work today. And when I walked into the mall, Christina Aguilera was singing a Christmas song, and at first I was really confused because it's like 65 degrees here. It doesn't really feel like November. But I remembered the date and I was like, oh my gosh. I try not to get too excited about Christmas too early. I really do try. And I'm going to try for like another week, maybe. Maybe 2. It probably won't happen. I'll probably end up listening to Christmas songs by the end of the week. I'm not ashamed. Not yet. Maybe one day. I know I have a lot of friends, and you know who you are, who have already been listening to Christmas music, so I am definitely not the first. I have held out a little bit, so we'll see how much further I get. What else? What else is going on? Ian is in his clinicals. Ian is my boyfriend who has done all of those silly challenges with me and whom Cameron loves very, very much. That's her favorite boy, Ian. He is doing well, busy studying, busy learning about birthing babies and taking care of people who have strokes, and he's doing a lot of good stuff. And I'm proud of him. He's really enjoying it, and I think he's going to be really good at it. Oh, and our friend from college, from St. Louis, is in town. Our friend Phil, he is in med school at SLU, and he is doing his rotations, and he came to Houston for his anesthesiology rotation, which is not only awesome because he is in Houston and I haven't seen him in almost 4 years. Unbelievable. But anesthesiology, I think, is what he's really interested in. So he gets to do that in Houston. It's like a sign. It's like destiny. It's meant to happen. So we're all really excited to catch up later this month at some point when we all have a free day and just see how everyone's doing. And it's just been too long. It's been too long for a lot of my friends, and I am glad I will get to see him. I'm glad I got my present from Monica. He's so cute. And I am glad that work is going well, and Cameron is getting better and better at going to daycare and not crying. So there are good things happening right now, and hopefully I will remember to keep vlogging and keep you guys in the loop and keep myself in the loop in the future, because I'm going to want to look back at this. And hopefully next time I'll say less, because I said a lot this time. But that's what happens when you put a camera down for like 2 months. So, I don't even know if this is still recording because I feel like I've been talking for about an hour. But if you are still there, thank you for listening. You are so sweet and so kind, and I love you and I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to talk to you guys again soon. And cut. That's all I got. Good night.